Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Bionic Tree, and today we're going to be continuing the series for our mod. Anyway, in this episode, we'll be covering some of the basic furnaces and stuff, so be sure to stick around. But before we get started, there's something I need to take care of. As you can see behind me, bobbing up and down, is the disruptive assistant, who will now be destroyed by lava. So, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of him. Any last words? There will be no help for you now. That's what you get. That's what all of you get. Okay. Well, anyway, continuing along with the... Why'd I do that? There. Continuing along with the tutorial, one thing I'm going to get started with is the materials you're going to need. I thought I killed him. Oh no, this is bad. Okay. These are the four furnace types that are currently in the mod. We have the redstone compressor, the redstone extractor, the redstone churner, get the theme here, and the redstone freezer. You're going to disrupt this, aren't you? And everything but the compressor requires something that right here called the machine core, and the machine core can be crafted like so: 4 compressed chemelite, 4 iron ingots, and 1 compressed dust compound will yield you 1 machine core. And you're probably thinking, oh well, how do I make the compressed dust compound or the compressed chemelite or whatever? I'll show you in a minute, don't worry about it. Here we have the compressed dust compound. Now imagine these 9 blocks right here are the crafting table. You can literally craft this however you feel, just as long as you have these 2 items. So a compressed chemelite and compressed redstone will yield you 1 compressed dust compound. And then you take that and you throw it into this and you get your machine core. Now, the compressed chemelite and the compressed chemelite and the compressed redstone you obtain by compressing it through the redstone compressor. So I'm going to go ahead and make some compressed redstone real quick. And some compressed chemelite. So I'm just going to go ahead and... why do I have... oh well. I'm going to just throw one in real quick. And the 2 fuels that you can use for these furnace types are the chemelite dust, which does a 4 for... it does a 1 for 4, so it'll cook 4, and Famelium, which does 1 for 16. So I'm just going to go ahead and be wasteful and use some Famelium. And while that's doing that, I'll show you the crafting recipe real quick. So what you're going to need is 3 pieces of sandstone, an iron ingot, 1 redstone dust, another iron ingot, 2 pieces of cobblestone, and some Famelium. Now, if you don't know where to find Famelium, watch the previous tutorial. It'll tell you where you need to find it. And that should be done. There we go. Got some compressed redstone. Compress some chemelite. Stop disrupting this tutorial. Go. Go. Go sit in the lava. You must bathe yourself yet again. Okay. That should be done. Here we go, some compressed chemelite. And there we go. So this is the only one that does not require a machine core to craft. Reason being is because you need a compressor to craft the machine core, obviously, because you need the compressed chemelite and whatnot. So that is the redstone compressor. It is used for a fair amount of recipes. For instance, in order to work with it, when you find plexerite shards, you throw these into a compressor, Okay. Throw them into a compressor, and it'll start compressing it, and it will turn it into the purified plexerite dust. And this is used to make some plexerite tools, which I will show you later. But there we go. So that's that. The compressor is used for other things, some food stuff, but we'll cover that in a food tutorial. Next we have my personal favorite, the extractor. For this you need 2 pieces of sandstone, a piece of iron, 2 gold ingots, 1 machine core, 2 pieces of cobblestone, and a lead ingot. If you don't know how to get lead, look at the previous tutorial, it'll tell you, don't worry about it. And you'll get 1 redstone extractor. And this one is my favorite personally because it allows you to take any gem ore, like coal, and diamond, emerald, famalium, plexerite, and topaz, ruby ore. These are the ones that you don't need anything specific. Like, this isn't a specific part. So what you can go ahead and do is just, this is the reason why it's my favorite. Oh, no, topaz doesn't work yet. Famalium, you take the ore and you throw it in, and something very interesting happens. Now, when you normally mine famalium, you only get 1. So what this essentially does is it doubles the output you could possibly get. So if you have a silk touch pickaxe but without fortune, this is a really good way of obtaining some of these things. Now you're probably thinking, why doesn't it work with redstone? Because redstone's coding is different. It doesn't spawn just 1 item whenever you mine it. It spawns multiple. So it'd be a little different to work with. So this works with most gem ores, including diamonds. So if you want a fair amount of diamonds, a good idea is to get a silk touch pickaxe, and it will go ahead and convert it. Now there are a couple ores that require the redstone extractor in order to process, one of which is plutonium ore and the other is ender ore. Plutonium ore is one of the ores that you can obtain in this mod. A link will be in the description along with an annotation somewhere on the screen to the previous tutorial about ores, and it will tell you everything you need to know about how to find these said ores. So it'll go ahead and smelt it all up like so, and yep, there's the crafting recipe again, the extractor, everyone. And as you can see, this one does require a machine core. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the churner, which is this one right here. Now, the churner requires 2 pieces of sandstone, a stick for like the churner thing, you know, the butter churner, 2 raw plutonium, a machine core, 2 pieces of cobblestone, and some famalium. And it will yield you a redstone churner. And the churner is mostly designed for some of the food items in the mod, one of which is creating ice cream, and we will cover that much more in depth in the tutorial for all of that. But I'm going to go ahead and just make some butter real quick because, you know, why not? Some butter. Well, let's go ahead. We'll show you how to make cream too, but cream, throw it in here, and it'll go ahead and yield you 4 butter. I know it's kind of weird that you're eating the bucket as well, but who doesn't love butter? So I'm going to go ahead and just have some butter on hand. And that brings us to the last one, the redstone freezer. This is the only furnace that does not run on the conventional form of fuel. It runs off of snowballs and ice blocks. Pay no attention to him. And this is mostly used for creating ice cream. And we will further go into depth in that on the food tutorial, but I'm going to go ahead and just make some vanilla ice cream. I'm going to just use a snowball. And so that's going to go ahead and take care of itself. And we've got some vanilla ice cream. So that's about it for all of the items for this. And my hand's messed up. You just killed Dr. Professor. I just got cow tipper from killing your horse. You can have its leather. And how did these pigmen get up here? Assistant, you're being very bad. What'd you put down here? Just stone. Okay. Wow. Well, thank you all for watching. And as I'm staring into these beautiful heads, I wish you all well, and I'll see you on the next tutorial. Goodbye.